So how are you doing?
I'm good, a little stressed,
Well,
but
okay. Stressed about your finals, things coming up.
yeah, finals,
Okay.
softball, tryouts. We start back. They gave us this month off for like holidays and to study and all that stuff, so that was good.
Okay.
So we start back in January.
Oh, cool. Now you mentioned last time that you had tryouts were last week. How'd that go?
It went good. It's that like it was fine, but then the last day, Thursday, we did a scrimmage, and I tripped and I fell face like forward, and I landed. Both my knees landed for the first thing.
Oh no.
So that like freaked me out.
Sure.
So I just like laid there for like a good like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because first of all, like I felt pain, and then second, I was just like afraid. Like I was like, oh shoot. I was like, what? Just like, can I like get up or like
Yeah.
my knees and like all this stuff. But then like I just like took a breath and I got up, and then they hurt, like they were sore, so I iced that night,
Okay.
and it's kind of like it hurt like the next morning and stuff, but I'm fine.
Okay.
So it wasn't like major, but it was just kind of like a freak out
Absolutely.
because I was like, oh no.
Not even worrying about like the embarrassment of it. It just
No, it was
you're
like,
past that.
it was just like me, just like, oh my god, like can I get up or like did I hurt anything? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But you're totally okay.
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Thank God. Now after tryouts, you think it went pretty well?
I think it went well.
Okay.
We got like the list posted up, and it was just like if you made the program or not. And no,
Okay.
like returners get cut. It's mostly like for freshmen who get cut. So like I was on the list and stuff because
Okay.
the team one, you don't find out teams till the tryout in February.
Okay.
So, but during January, they're gonna be taking up some roles up to practice with varsity, and they're like, doesn't mean you're on varsity, but they want to like see you how you perform with varsity.
Okay.
So, hoping that's me. I'm pretty sure it might have like they might pull me up to just practice with them.
Let's hope.
So I'm hoping.
Good. Let me ask you a question. How would you describe the perfect scenario for moving from catcher to the outfield?
Like a perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Like
An open-ended question. If you were like, what would you see yourself like happening in the perfect world from transitioning from?
like with my injury.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like just like going, I guess. Finding out, I couldn't catch, and then just going straight into outfield without, any problems.
Okay.
I get like the position that I had before I started catching.
Mhm.
Like being looked at still as like the main person. Like
Okay.
I don't know, either like in the outfield still, because before I caught, I was like in center field, and that was like the main like leader position in the outfield.
Mhm.
And I was like in center field. That was my position. And then catcher, I love that. I was a leader for the whole field. It was great.
Well, yeah.
And then now I didn't really have I did have a choice, I guess you can say, if I wanted to go back to center. But I think a part of me was like afraid to, saying like, I don't know, I was just telling myself, you can't really go back to center. You already had it, but that was kind of like a position you already lost. There's other girls ahead of you, so that's why I just focused on going to right.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess in the perfect scenario, it would just be everything going my way. Just like...
I'm starting
just,
too, right?
Yeah, I'm starting.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because I do usually, like, I started for, like, when I played outfield, and then I started for catcher, too. So,
Right.
This year, I don't know how that's going to go, if I'm going to start or not.
Okay, so let me ask it in a different way. How would that process go, the mental process, the mental aspect of that, how would that work out? Transitioning in a perfect scenario.
Not worrying, and not,
Okay.
like, I don't know, just, like, everything that, that's mental blocking me now,
Mhm.
just kind of not worry. Like, I think, like the main part of the game is just to have fun, and
Absolutely.
that's like it doesn't matter. Just as long as you're having fun, you love it, then go for it. And I think I just put too much pressure on myself, and that like affects me at times because I'm worrying so much about just like making a wrong move or not catching a ball or I'm not catching it, someone else's.
Right.
So just like I guess just not worrying so much or putting so much pressure on myself.
Okay, so if I want to interpret that, what I'm hearing is that I just had it and I just lost it. Um, you're overthinking everything.
Yes, I have a problem with
Okay,
overthinking. So
and you're out of your element, and you don't know what to do, right?
yeah,
Okay, we have to get rid of that. We have to kind of brush that aside and, like you said, have fun with the game. Um, Let me ask you another question. So, do you think your ego has to do anything with you from processing the transition?
yeah.
Okay, in what way?
Just like when I was catching, I felt just so like as a leader and like my confidence was really high and coaches would go for me for examples and like I would just be up there and now I feel like I said previously, like how girls ask me so many questions trying to rule me out as competition
Mm-hmm.
and with just like just what happened, I'm just kinda like I feel like I like I mean I guess somewhat like a nobody, but deep down I know, people still look up to me.
Mm-hmm.
But just like personally, like mentally it affects me because I just feel like after this, I just have to start from the bottom up again. It's like I worked so hard since I was like 8 years old to get where I was and then this happened and
Right.
it just kind of broke everything.
There's nothing wrong with proving yourself. There's nothing wrong with starting over and having to show everybody, hey, I can do this. I'm okay with this. And it builds yourself up while you do that. It's everyone goes through peaks and valleys, and although you're in a valley right now, it's you got to climb up, and it's the how you respond to this whole thing that'll make you a better person, not just for sports, just personally in general. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what ways can you rise up and become the leader in the outfield?
Just taking charge, being loud.
Okay.
That's like a huge thing, especially in softball. Like announcing every play, where to go on the next play. Depending on the outs. Like just being loud, being supportive, cheering on my teammates.
Right.
And just kind of showing them, like not to. How do I say this? Like still being a humble and good person,
Mm-hmm.
but showing them I have confidence
Mm-hmm.
and showing them that what I'm gonna I know how things are supposed to go.
Right.
So I usually do I'm in charge of lines stretching. I'll announce what stretches we're gonna do. I'm the one taking charge in that.
Right.
So just keep
You like that leadership role, though, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You need that.
I do.
Okay. Now you just have to figure out how to get that back, and it sounds like you're on the right track to do that in another way. What sort of things can you do to become the leader? We're talking about that. We just kind of went over that. Anything else you can think of besides bringing that leader role back in there?
I mean, I guess I won't truly be to where I want to be until I accept what has happened.
Okay.
And I think, I mean, even though it's been since March, it's been a while now. I've had time to accept it. Like at first, I was really sad. I was like really like depressed and stuff. Like I just didn't know what to do anymore. And then over time though, I thought I'll be fine. At least I can play. Like I started thinking positive, but even now, like I feel like I want to accept it, and I tell myself that I did like I have accepted what has happened to me, but then I don't know. At times, I feel like when I still talk, like if like my dad and we like talk about softball, it just still like comes up. Like I just have those thoughts of like, well, I like if this didn't happen, um, or just like catching just somehow comes up, and it's just like hers. Like, oh, I would still be where I was. Like I wouldn't have to start from kind of like the bottom up again.
Right.
And I don't know why it's so hard for me to accept it. Because I've given it time and I want to accept it. Like, that's the thing. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do. And I know how I'm supposed to, move on from it and do what I can do now. But for some reason, it's just, my mind is not accepting it.
Do you have any idea as to why? If we're going to be talking, just be honest with yourself, for a couple of minutes. It could be any reason at all, just so we could kind of figure out how to move past it.
Just like, I guess, you can say, like, I miss it a lot, and I miss what it brought to me. Like, how many people told me I'm such a good catcher. Like, that's my position. I started freshman year as a catcher. I was a starting catcher above a junior. Like, it just brought so much, like, confidence that, like, my teammates, like, they're like, oh, yeah, I can't, like, throw it at anyone else but you. And it's, like, just that, like, just, I don't know, I miss it a lot. And I feel like, and coaches-wise, too, like, I don't know, now I just feel like I'm trying to show everyone, like, not to forget about me.
Okay. So it goes back to...
I don't know. That just, like, came out.
No, that's good. Because what I hear from that is, I've always been the leader. I want to be the leader. And I'm upset, I'm mad that I'm not now. Is what it happens. Is what I'm hearing. But that's okay. You can always have a supporting role and still do well. As long as, you're the best that you can be, no matter what it is, and still be okay with that. At some point, you have to let go of, I'm no longer that wow factor, but I'm still that same person, but I'm going to direct that energy towards something else for the better of the team, right? So it's okay. It's, from what I'm understanding, you just have to kind of let yourself just let it go.
I do. I don't, like, I want to. I don't, but then when I start talking about it, and when I start thinking about it, it just gets to me.
You're scared.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Probably. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You're scared of
doing
something else.
I don't want to admit it to myself.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I believe that, I'm moving forward. I believe that everything, I'll still find a way. But at the same time, I'm scared. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know. Like, I had a plan to play softball in college.
Right.
I had a plan, to be in travel ball right now. And, like, I'm scared, like, if I'll still have those opportunities.
Okay.
Especially now, since, it's my junior year. I should have had everything planned out already, which I was on the right track with everything. And now, I don't even know.
Okay, as far as, college, Do you know how many colleges there are in the country? A lot. Can we count how many colleges would love to have you on their team? A lot. We can't hold. Don't hold yourself back. I mean, as far as colleges go, were you talking about some UCLA or Arizona State or Arizona? Arizona's still a good softball team, right?
I wanted to do that back then.
Okay.
But then I kind of went differently.
Because there's nothing wrong with I want to play in college. Now I probably won't be able to do in Arizona. I could probably do a Division II school, still get a great scholarship somewhere, still make the team, still play. Here's what I don't want you to do. Wake up when you're 38 years old and said, darn it, I should have done something differently. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. What if I did this back then? Because I did that. You don't want to have any regrets. I swear I did that. High school, I'm too small to play college football. Nobody will accept me. Nobody will let me do anything. I'm small. I put that in my head, and I regret that moment. Every single day I regret that moment, because that could have done something differently if I would have done that. I'd gone to a 4-year school. I would have played. I would have had fun. I would have graduated sooner. I wouldn't have tinkered with junior college as long as I did, and I would have. It veers off. Yeah. Things happen. Don't let them happen in a negative way. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with, plan A, B, or 1B. If, plan 1, okay, we have to alter it a little bit, but we still know where we want to go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's totally okay. I messed that up, and I did. And if I could tell anybody your age, don't let that happen. But yeah, I just want you to. I want you to hear this. The only person that can stop you from doing anything you want to do in life, no matter what it is you. Allow yourself to be great, no matter what you do. Softball, high school, college, you're professional. And I've known you for a couple of years now, and you're an amazing person. You can do anything you want. You have the determination, you have the character, you have the mental strength, you have the emotional strength, you have everything going for you in life. You really, really do. Don't let a little hiccup stop that. Just allow yourself to be great. No matter what role it is. People will see you. People will gravitate towards your leadership, your ability to excel. They'll gravitate towards that. Catching position, outfield, whatever it is. You're going to do great in life. I promise you. Okay? Just don't let yourself just stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. As much as I try to be positive and tell myself, it'll be fine, it's just when I see something that's wrong, especially with something that I love, it's just it hurts me because I'm like, I know it shouldn't be that way, and I know these girls shouldn't be treated that way, and I don't know, I don't know what I know.
a good person.
Yeah.
And even though you're caring, you have a good heart. And I think I'm the same way. And I think it's really hard to, well, it's a distraction when you can't fix something. You want to, you can't. So you're wrapped up in that whole thought of, I'm stuck in limbo. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix this. And I get that.
Yeah.
Just do what you can is all you can do, right?
Yeah.
You can't go outside of, that little box.
Yeah.
Do everything you can that you have control of, would be my advice. And if it's out of your control, it's out of your control.
And I think that's where sometimes, that's where I need to draw the line. Because I see that too, and I'm just like, Amber, this is not like your fight. You just need to focus on, you, like, just let the parents do what they want to do, let that happen. Just focus on, the girls you can help. And just focus on, just still being who I am. And not, like, showing them. I think another thing is just, like, I want to be so involved so, other people can just not be one-sided.
Okay.
Just show them a different point of view. Which, I know that's a hard thing to do because some people will never change.
Right.
But I don't know why. It's just something in me that's just like you have to see it from another side. Like, see the bigger picture of everything. And that's what bugs me. Just like, I don't know. Do you understand that?
No, definitely. And I definitely understand that. And I also think that the more stuff you fill on your plate, you can't give 100% to everything.
Yeah.
So you have so many, which is another mind block from you, is that, obviously. So you have moving to a different position, you got all the stuff wrapped up in your head about other things that you have no control over, the political side. You see then everyone not getting along, there's no camaraderie in the team, you got this in your head. The best thing, and I hate being selfish, but you have to take care of you, and you have to just omit all that stuff. Just throw all that stuff out. You hit it on the head. You have to have fun, and you have to be involved, and you have to get good at a different position. Can't be worrying about what's going on over here, what's going on over there. If your teammates, if they get along, awesome. Do everything you can to help that in your parameter. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Because in the end, you're still teammates, and you guys should still have each other's backs. Hopefully. Hopefully.
In some cases.
So I would definitely try not to focus all on that stuff and let the cards lie where they lie, and just concentrate on you becoming a leader in the outfield. And that's where you want to be. I think you got to work on that for next season.
Yeah, focusing.
And maybe not go to those meetings, because the more you go to those meetings, the more you're going to get wrapped up and you're going to get spun out.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? I would say take some time off on that.
Yeah.
Because you might just be going around in circles.
Because I just want to, just go off, but then I, keep myself together. But then it, puts more stuff in my head, and then once I get home, I let it all out.
Right.
Which is nice, but then at the same time, it's just I'm just hurting myself.
You are. You really are. Let your dad worry about that. Maybe, give it a couple of months during the season when things are flowing. Okay, if you want to go to the meetings, cool. I would personally say, if I'm going to give you advice, hold off on that until then, okay?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Until, yeah.
Couple couple things you need to work on too. Relaxing.
Oh my god, that's like a huge problem for me.
I know.
I can't.
I could tell. I could totally tell.
Ever since I was little, I can't relax. I'm too stiff. Everyone says relax. I have too much stuff going on in my head.
Because you're trying to fix everything.
Yes.
Try to work on not fixing everything, and that will come. Okay. Self-esteem, your confidence. You're going to progress in your sport, and that will come back. And that will help you kind of alleviate all the other drama as well. And that's something we gotta work on. Before softball, definitely, we gotta get that that motivation, the self-esteem. You're gonna be a leader in the outfield. You're going to. I have no issue with that. It's again, can you allow yourself to be that role? Are you gonna stop yourself? Right? The only person that can stop ourselves from doing what we want is who? Yourself. There's nobody else. Patience comes with that as well. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got it. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to be the way you want it right then and there, which is also going to help with the being able to relax. It's all those things are going to flow together. Exactly, they really will. Do that with a positive attitude, and then just dealing with what it is. Okay, don't worry about the what should have been, what could have been. I was a great catcher, because those are negative things that will defer you or make you forget about your goals. Really, really hard thing to do, but it happened. You got to accept that. You can't think about what could have been, what might be for the future. I'll say it again, I promise you. There's going to be some college out there. There'll be multiple colleges out there that will give you a shot. It will happen. I promise you it will happen. It won't be the Arizona, maybe. It won't be the UCLA, but you're going to get an education out of it. I sincerely believe that. Okay? Understanding that role acceptance is not a compliance to your ability. Do you know what I mean about that?
My role isn't. Elaborate, please.
Okay, so accepting the a different role, the role of not being the star is not saying, okay, my ability has lessened. You're still that same person. It's not going to change who you are. You follow?
Yeah.
We got to work on that too. It's not caving in and say, okay, I have to accept that I'm not good anymore. It's not what you're. I don't want you to go down that path and think, okay, if I'm accepting failure by doing this. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then another thing you could do mentally when you can is visualize yourself in the outfield. The more you visualize yourself, the better you become, actually. Korean War. This is a true story. Guy was a prisoner of war in Korea for several years. And to get his mind out of where he's at, He's never played golf before. He thought about golfing all day, everything. Visualize himself, his technique, his mindset, hitting the ball, doing everything for like 4 or 5 years. He comes back to the States, picks up a golf club, and becomes really good because he imagined it, he visualized it. So it's all positive. It's all keeping yourself focused on what you need to do and how you do it, and not worrying about anything else. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, makes sense. I'll try that. I'll
Okay.
try to relax.
It all starts with taking a breath and just let it be. Okay. So we're gonna hang out one more time. Okay.
Okay, that sounds great.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you
Not
for
a
your
problem.
time.
Absolutely.